You've probably been in this situation before. You get inside your car on a hot summer day, crank up the air conditioning, and wait for that icy cold blast to hit your face. But instead, what you get feels like a weak, lukewarm breeze. Frustrating, right? Well, what if I told you there are simple, often overlooked things you can do that will literally make your car's AC blow twice as cold? That's right. Today we're diving into practical steps, myths, and insider secrets that mechanics don't always share. Some of these tips are so effective that once you try them, you'll notice the difference immediately. Whether you're stuck in traffic under the blazing sun, going on a long trip, or just trying to survive the daily commute, these methods will transform your driving experience. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to get ice-cold air blasting from your vents. Most drivers think their AC stops cooling because it just got old. But the truth is, the number one reason your AC feels weak is due to something as simple as restricted airflow. Dust, pollen, leaves, and even tiny insects can clog up your cabin air filter. This filter is the very first line of defense before air passes through your system. Imagine trying to breathe through a dirty cloth. It's the same struggle for your car's AC. The system has to work harder, but the result is less air and less cooling. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know their car has a cabin filter. They've never checked it, never cleaned it, and never replaced it. It sits there collecting years of debris while the AC slowly loses power. Later in this video, I'll show you how simply replacing or cleaning this one component can literally make your AC feel twice as cold. Here's a common mistake. Drivers leave their AC on fresh air mode, thinking it's better. But here's the reality. When you use fresh air mode, your system constantly pulls hot air from outside, cools it, and sends it inside. That means your AC has to work twice as hard. Now switch it to recirculation mode, and you're reusing already cooled cabin air. The system can drop the temperature faster and keep it much colder. In fact, most experts agree that using recirculation mode on a hot day can lower cabin temps by 7 to 10 degrees in just minutes. That's the difference between sweating at a red light and actually feeling chilled. But there's more. You don't want to use recirculation all the time. If you leave it on forever, the air can get stale, humidity builds up, and even fogging can happen. The trick is knowing when to switch modes, and I'll show you the perfect timing later on. One of the biggest mistakes drivers make happens right after they start their car. They jump in, blast the AC to full, and expect instant results. But here's the science. When your car has been sitting in the sun, the dashboard, seats, and steering wheel can hit over 60 degrees, 140 good heifer. All that trapped heat radiates into the cabin. So if you just turn on the AC without ventilating, the system has to fight against an oven. Instead, here's the hack. Roll down all the windows for 30 to 60 seconds before turning on the AC. This flushes out hot air fast. Then, turn the AC on full blast with recirculation mode. Within minutes, your car will cool twice as fast. It's simple physics. Don't make your AC fight against trapped heat. Help it first, then enjoy the icy results. Most people never clean their car's AC vents. Dust and grime stick to those tiny slats. It blocks airflow, trapping bacteria and mold spores, leading to musty smells. Here's the fix. Grab a small brush, a can of compressed air, or even a cotton swab. Better yet, spray disinfectant foam into the system. It kills bacteria and clears blockages. You'll feel stronger airflow, fresher air, and no more funky odors. Where you park your car makes a massive difference. Direct sunlight heats the cabin. Your AC has to fight like crazy to cool it down. Park in the shade for better cooling. Small changes in parking habits can save you time, fuel, and a lot of sweat. The cabin air filter is the secret weapon of your AC system. It traps dust and debris. Once it's clogged, airflow weakens and cooling efficiency drops by up to 50%. Replacing a cabin filter costs less than a tank of fuel and takes less than 5 minutes. You'll feel noticeably colder, stronger air almost instantly after replacement. Here's a trick that very few drivers know. When you first start cooling your car, switch the air direction to the floor vents. Sounds strange, right? But here's why it works. Hot air rises and cooler air sinks. By blasting cold air at the floor first, you push out heat faster. Once the car starts cooling down, switch the vents to face level for maximum comfort. It's a little hack that costs nothing, but can make your car feel ice cold in half the time. Your AC system doesn't just depend on refrigerant, it also depends heavily on electrical power. A weak battery or failing alternator can reduce the efficiency of your AC compressor. Think of it like this. If your heart isn't pumping strongly, your whole body feels weak. The same goes for your AC system when the electrical supply is struggling. If you've noticed your AC feels weaker at idle but stronger while driving, that's often a sign your battery or alternator isn't giving enough juice. Having a healthy electrical system ensures your AC compressor and fans run at full strength, giving you colder air every single time. Every AC system relies on refrigerant to absorb heat and push out cold air. Over time, tiny leaks can cause refrigerant levels to drop. Even being slightly low can make your AC feel like it's barely working. Many drivers panic and think their AC is broken, but most of the time, it just needs a recharge. Affordable DIY recharge kits exist, and with clear instructions, you can safely top up your refrigerant. But, and this is important, if your system loses refrigerant too quickly, you might have a bigger leak. That's when it's worth having a professional check it out. Your car's condenser is like a radiator for the AC system, sitting right at the front of your vehicle. Its job is to release heat absorbed from inside your car. But over time, it gets clogged with dirt, bugs, and road grime. When it can't breathe, your AC struggles big time. The fix? Pop your hood, find the condenser, and carefully spray it down with a hose to clear out the junk. Don't use high pressure, just enough to rinse. This simple step can instantly improve your AC's performance and help it blow much colder. Here's a mistake almost everyone makes: blasting the fan at maximum speed right away. While it feels powerful, it's actually less efficient. Why? Because air needs time to pass through the evaporator core to get cold. If you push it too fast, the air doesn't have enough time to chill before reaching your vents. Instead, start your AC at medium speed. Let the system stabilize and cool the air properly. Once it's cold, then you can crank the fan higher. It's like putting ice in water. You don't get instant cooling until it's had time to mix in. Faster. Once it's cool, then adjust vents for personal comfort. It's a tiny adjustment, but you'll be surprised how much quicker the whole car cools down. Here's something that works like magic, but most people overlook: window tint. Quality tint blocks harmful UV rays and drastically reduces heat buildup inside your car. Less heat means your AC works less, and you feel cold air much faster. Studies show that a properly tinted car can stay up to 20 degrees Celsius cooler. That's the difference between burning your hands on the steering wheel and sitting in comfort the moment you get in. If you only use your car occasionally, your AC system might actually suffer. The refrigerant inside contains special oils that lubricate the compressor. But if the AC isn't used regularly, seals dry out, leaks develop, and efficiency drops. That's why experts recommend running your AC for at least 10 minutes once a week, even in winter. This keeps the system healthy and ready to blow cold when you really need it. Most drivers love their sunroof. It feels modern and lets in fresh air. But when it comes to cooling your car, that little glass panel can be your worst enemy. Even with the cover closed, a sunroof lets in more heat than your regular roof does. This acts like a magnifying glass, superheating your cabin before you even get inside. If you've ever wondered why your AC feels weak, your sunroof might be the culprit. First, always close the sunshade when parked. Second, consider using a reflective sunroof cover. It dramatically cuts heat transfer. When you first get in on a hot day, tilt the sunroof open for 30 seconds while your windows are down. Hot air escapes quickly upward through the roof, creating a chimney effect to flush heat. Once the cabin temperature drops, close it tight and switch to AC recirculation mode. With this simple routine, you'll cut cooling time in half and save your AC from strain. The amount of insulation in your vehicle plays a massive role in how effective your AC feels. Modern cars often have thermal barriers built into the doors, floors, and roof. These don't just keep out road noise, they also keep out heat. If your car is older or a budget model, insulation may be minimal. Ever notice how luxury cars stay cooler longer? That's insulation at work. Surprisingly, there are aftermarket solutions: door seal replacements, insulated floor mats, and roof liners. Another tip: adding quality window tint acts like insulation for your glass. This keeps the cold air in for much longer. The more you insulate your car, the less effort your AC needs to maintain icy comfort, saving both fuel and wear on the system. Almost every car has a button labeled Max AC, and most drivers smash it on the hottest days without thinking. But here's a secret most mechanics won't tell you. Using Max AC all the time can actually make your system less efficient. Max AC closes off outside air completely and sets the system to its coldest setting, which sounds great. But here's the problem: if you hit it too early, especially when the cabin is scorching, you're just trapping hot, stale air inside. This not only delays cooling, but also increases strain on your AC components. The smarter approach? Start with fresh air mode and windows down to flush heat. Then switch to Max AC after the initial blast of hot air is gone. You'll notice colder air much faster, and your system will run more smoothly. Also, don't forget, running Max AC constantly can dry out your cabin air excessively, causing irritation for sensitive passengers. The key is balance. Use Max AC strategically, not blindly. Just like sprinting, it's best used in short bursts for maximum effect, not as an all-day marathon. Here's something most drivers don't realize: your car's AC doesn't perform the same at all speeds. If you've ever noticed your AC feels weak while idling, but stronger when driving on the highway, that's no coincidence. The reason lies in airflow and engine power. At higher speeds, more air naturally passes over the condenser, helping it release heat faster. The compressor also gets more consistent power, meaning colder air. At idle, however, the system relies solely on radiator fans to cool the condenser. And if those fans are weak or dirty, performance drops dramatically. So what can you do? First, check that your cooling fans are working properly. Many drivers don't even know theirs are failing until the AC weakens. Second, if you're stuck in traffic, avoid revving the AC fan to max speed. Instead, keep it at medium, let the system stabilize, and consider cracking a window to aid air exchange. And here's a pro tip: if you're parked and need quick cooling, gently revving the engine for 30 seconds can kick the compressor into stronger operation. Understanding this relationship between speed and AC power makes you smarter about when and how to demand the most from your system. One of the oldest debates among drivers is whether running the AC kills fuel economy. Some swear it drains gas like crazy, while others argue the difference is minimal. Studies show that at highway speeds, using AC reduces fuel efficiency by about 3 to 10%, depending on your car. But here's the kicker: driving with windows down at high speed often hurts fuel economy even more because of aerodynamic drag. In other words, on the freeway, AC is usually the better choice. Around town at low speeds, rolling the windows down may save you a little fuel, but the comfort trade-off is big. Another myth is that turning the AC off right before arriving saves gas. Wrong. The compressor cycles automatically, and the effect is negligible. The smarter move is maintaining your system. Clean filters, proper refrigerant levels, and good insulation all reduce how hard the AC works, which in turn minimizes fuel use. Bottom line, yes, AC uses fuel, but it's not the villain many think it is. Smart driving habits and a well-maintained system matter far more than obsessing over the AC switch. Modern cars are smarter than most drivers realize, and your air conditioning system is no exception. Hidden inside your dashboard are small but powerful sensors that constantly monitor cabin temperature, humidity, and even sunlight intensity. These sensors feed data to your car's climate control computer, which then adjusts fan speed, compressor output, and air distribution automatically. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. When these sensors get dirty or start failing, your AC may never feel as cold as it should. A dusty sensor can misread cabin temperature by several degrees, tricking the system into backing off the cooling when you actually need more. Some cars even have a small vented grille on the dashboard where the sensor sniffs cabin air. If that vent is blocked by dust, debris, or even an air freshener, it can throw the whole system off. The fix is surprisingly simple. Locate the cabin temperature sensor, check your manual, and gently clean it with compressed air or a microfiber cloth. Also, be aware of the sunlight sensor. Usually a small dome on the dashboard, it can get cloudy or blocked by objects like phone holders. Keeping these sensors clear ensures your AC brain works at full accuracy. Think of it like giving your AC glasses. It finally sees the real temperature and responds with ice-cold precision. Cooling your car isn't just about cold air, it's about how that air moves. Most drivers never think about airflow science, but it makes a world of difference. Cold air is heavier, meaning it naturally sinks. Warm air rises. That's why blasting the floor vents first, as we covered earlier, works so well. But airflow also depends on how your cabin is shaped. Wide dashboards, tall headliners, and even seat positions affect how air circulates. Want to cool your car faster? Create a flow path. Crack the rear windows slightly when first cooling down. This pulls air through the cabin instead of trapping it up front. Use the fan direction to circulate cold air toward the center, not just at your body. If you often drive with passengers, set vents to bounce air off surfaces rather than blasting directly. This creates a swirl effect that cools the entire cabin evenly. Even your driving speed changes airflow. Higher speeds push more fresh air through small leaks and gaps. Understanding these dynamics allows you to play conductor with your car's climate, directing air efficiently. By now, you've learned more about your car's AC than most mechanics will ever tell you. Let's tie everything together into a master strategy that guarantees icy results every single time you drive. Step 1. Prevention. Park smart, use sunshades and tint windows to reduce heat before it even starts. Step 2. Preparation. Flush out hot air with windows or the sunroof before blasting the AC. Step 3. Optimization. Switch to recirculation at the right moment. Start fan speed on medium. And angle vents upward for circulation. Step 4. Maintenance. Replace your cabin filter, clean your vents, rinse the condenser, and keep refrigerant levels healthy. Step 5. Advanced hacks. Use floor vents first, know when to rev at idle, and balance between max AC and fresh air. Step 6. Long-term care. Run your AC in winter, keep sensors clean, and service it every couple of years. When you combine all these steps, your AC stops being just a comfort feature and becomes a finely tuned system, delivering maximum performance. No more weak airflow, no more lukewarm blasts, no more sweaty drives. You'll have the power to make your car feel like an icebox, even in the worst summer heat. And that's not just comfort, it's control, mastery, and a smarter way to drive. So there you have it, 30 proven ways to make your car's AC blow colder, faster, and stronger than ever. From small changes like adjusting your vent angles or switching to recirculation mode, to bigger wins like replacing that forgotten cabin filter, cleaning your condenser, and even adding window tint. Every single step adds up to a cooler, more comfortable drive. The best part? None of these tricks are complicated. You don't need fancy tools or a mechanic's license. You just need the right knowledge. And now you have it. Think about it. The next time you're stuck in traffic under the blazing sun, or you climb into a car that feels like an oven, you won't have to suffer through weak, lukewarm air. You'll know exactly what to do. You'll have control over your comfort, and your passengers will wonder how your car always feels like an icebox, even on the hottest days of summer. Remember, it's not always about spending big money or waiting for a breakdown to get things fixed. It's about working smarter, not harder. Small, consistent habits, like keeping your vents clean, parking in the shade, running your AC year-round, and respecting how airflow works, can literally double your cooling power. So, if this video helped you learn even one trick that makes your daily drive more comfortable, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share it with a friend who's always complaining about their AC, and make sure you subscribe. so you don't miss out on more smart car care tips like this one. Until next time, stay cool, drive smart, and take control of your comfort.